So in the previous part of this video, I kind of ran into some problems making these things. If you watch the first part, you'll see that I f***ed up and the blade didn't fit properly in the handles. We've now fixed these problems off camera, and I kind of went through like basically 3 weeks where I couldn't make folders, but we're through that now. And now we've got a folder here, which is a little bit sticky, but that's going to get fixed out in a later stage. It's solid as hell, it's not going to fail, it's not going to take your finger off. So I'm gonna bead blast this knife before I go and etch it. And because I obviously want to protect all the work I've done as far as tolerances go, I'm going to protect that with some masking tape. So 2 layers of masking tape should be plenty and stop me damaging my knife. There we go, it should protect everything nicely. So one thing I like to do is I like to build my knives with a disposable detent. So the first detent that goes in the knife is disposable, and then I'll come in afterwards when it's all done and it's all damn near finished. I put a fresh detent in. This one hasn't been sandblasted, it hasn't been burnt, nothing's happened to it. It's a pristine detent. And then I'll press fit it in, and then I'll follow it. That was way off. I'll follow it with a punch the whole way around. And what this does, it'll sort of help, it'll mushroom the steel over and help keep that detent ball in there. So you've got 2 levels of stuck in. You don't just have the, you're not just relying on a press fit to keep it in. You've also got the steel mushering up around the detent to keep it in, so that is never going to move. It doesn't look super pretty, but at the end of the day, I want that detent to stay in there for 150 years. So if I can get a stronger fit, and I'm sacrificing the visuals on the inside of the knife where you don't actually see it, I will take that trade any day of the week. The thing that I like to do is I like to flatten off the detent. So this is the detent ball right here, and right now it's like this. Now, an analogy I saw from another maker was that if you've got like a point like this up here, it has a tendency to drag more on the blade. So for instance, if you get you've got a table, if you run your finger up and down it, it feels smooth. But as soon as you get your fingernail on there, you'll feel every sort of, inconsistency in the table. And it's the same thing with the detent. So I'm going to take a little bit of diamond. I'm just going to knock off the absolute top of it and give you sort of a flattened detent, which gives you just a 5% better action. Almost nothing, but it's enough that it's worth it, in my opinion. And that should be plenty. I don't think the camera's going to be able to see, but we've knocked it off just a tiny little bit. And we just polish it up. It's all in the details. Is, etched. I can come back and two-tone my bevels. Now I do my first grind on these things at a really, really rough grit. That's because I knew I was going to come back and do this. There's no point grinding this up to 400 grit. I'm just going to go back and throw an acid and sandblast it. I'd essentially just be doing undoing all that work. So because I'm making a titanium frame lock, it is a soft material. It does work hard in a bit. But when you first make a titanium frame lock, it's usually very, very sticky. So to counteract this, I lay down a bit of carbide with my homemade tool here, and that helps reduce the lock stick and helps sort of break in the knife. It will wear away. By the time it's worn away, usually your knife's pretty well broken in and your lock fixed on. And there we've got our carbide.